none of this is to kind of throw shade or make judgment about that sort of interpretation, though in yoga there's a different sort of lens or criteria that we're getting at, and freedom is is um, is correlated with something like liberation, a kind of full version of freedom that's more along the lines of what we were talking about earlier, that is where it's not based on conditional circumstances. Like you don't need 27 brands of toothpaste to access freedom, or you don't even need the holiday per se to access freedom. So it's the capacity or ability or built-in insight, built-in recognition and insight of a kind of grade or level of freedom that is available on a deeper level. And this grade of freedom is more akin to something like our essential nature, or like kind of who we are underneath all the sort of up and down of our mental space. Like if all that were to you somehow turn down the volume on all that, what you would find is something more like that tastes more like freedom, tastes more like freedom. And that's where the methodologies and the techniques come in is, I mean, mechanically speaking, some means by which we can dial down the volume of our thoughts such that this experience of freedom can be more evident or revealed. And it comes with a kind of its own language or recognition. Like there's no explanation or qualification needed in the free space of recognizing our deeper nature, or yeah, deeper nature like that. So developing those skills takes time, and I just invite you to reflect on, coming up from Shavasana. That's kind of a classic example I come back to a lot. Is the mind louder at that time, or is it more still? And in that still is a certain greater satisfaction than the loud version of the mental space. And which kind of brings me to point number 2 here in terms of our study. If deeper freedom, kind of fullness and freedom is an option, it says something about, say, the current condition, or a condition of non-freedom that comes with, is very common in the human experience. We're finite, limited creatures in so many ways. Physically, there's only so much I can do. Mentally, there's only so much I can do. Emotionally, there's only so much I can process. My vantage point is just hemmed in by the parameters of these 5 senses, no more and no less. And so there's, kind of a finite view over here that bumps into things from time to time, including itself. Like, anyone ever here ever experienced friction in your identity? Maybe, at least once in your life journey. I should be this, I should be that. Oh no, what about, I hope that this doesn't, I won't be, I couldn't take it if, right? This is all, this friction is in many ways the antithesis of this kind of grade of freedom that we're talking about, right? It's more reactive. It's reactive to circumstance, it's reactive to itself, etc. And, yoga in many ways is just to be able to see clearly. Again, if the volume on all that turned down, what would you see? What would that view be? And, in my own experience and the direction that the teachings continually point is that there's a deeper reservoir of freedom that's it's available to us, available to us. And they go on to say that the human being has sort of a unique capacity for going about that journey into the deeper recesses of here. And so something to hold in the backdrop during our practice. And my hope this evening is that we, you know, can move towards a place of deeper stillness and integration, and maybe experience a kind of voice or view that's more complete unto itself. It doesn't require any additional layering of explanation or or a Dairy Queen Grand Slam Sunday on top of it to make it complete. Okay.